Hey hockey fans, welcome back to the channel. Today let's examine the proud history of the iconic Boston Bruins, the first American professional hockey team to join the National Hockey League in 1924. The Boston Bruins are one of the oldest and most successful teams in the history of the National Hockey League. They were founded in 1924 by Charles Francis Adams, a grocery magnate who wanted to bring professional hockey to the United States. They became the first American team to join the NHL, and they hired Art Ross as their first general manager and coach. The team name was chosen to reflect an untamed animal with speed, agility, and cunning, and the team colors were brown and yellow, inspired by Adams' grocery chain. Adams received dozens of entries, none of which were to his satisfaction until his secretary came upon the idea of Bruins. The Bruins played their first NHL game on December 1st, 1924 against the Montreal Maroons and won 2-1 with goals from Smokey Harris and Carson Cooper. It was only a month before that Charles Adams paid the NHL a rumored $15,000 and received in return a piece of paper entitling him to the first United States entry into the league, according to the Bruins official website. The Bruins struggled in the early years but improved with the acquisition of players from the Western Canada Hockey League, such as Eddie Shore, a legendary defenseman who won 4 Hart trophies as the league's most valuable player. The Bruins won their first Stanley Cup in 1929, defeating the New York Rangers in 2 games. Unfortunately for the Boston faithful, that first win over the Maroons was just one of a handful the Bruins won that season. The club didn't pick up another victory until later in the new year. Following that first game, the Bruins dropped 11 straight contests. They picked up a second win on January 10, 1925 against the Canadiens. Boston finished the season with an abysmal record of 6-24-0 and unsurprisingly did not make the postseason. The Bruins played their home games at the Boston Arena, then at the Boston Garden, and now at the TD Garden. They have won 6 Stanley Cups in their 100-year history. They repeated the feat in 1939 and 1941, beating the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Detroit Red Wings respectively. After a long drought, the Bruins returned to glory in 1970 and 1972, led by legendary defenseman Bobby Orr, who scored the iconic overtime goal in 1970 against the St. Louis Blues. The Bruins had to wait almost 4 decades for their next championship, which came in 2011 when they beat the Vancouver Canucks in 7 games. Throughout the storied franchise 100-year history, many colorful coaches and legendary players have added to the team's rich history. From the early years, the Bruins had such notables as the Kraut line, featuring Woody Dumart, Milt Schmidt, and Bobby Bauer, to the legendary Eddie Shore. Among the hundreds of players who have worn the black and gold, some stand out as the greatest Boston Bruins of all time. Here are some of the names that fans and experts have voted as the most legendary Bruins. Bobby Orr, widely regarded as the best defenseman and one of the best players ever. Orr revolutionized the game with his skating, passing, scoring, and physical play. He won 2 Stanley Cups, 3 Hart trophies, 8 Norris trophies, and 2 Conn Smythe trophies with the Bruins and scored the iconic flying goal in 1970. Ray Bourque, the longest-serving captain in Bruins history. Bourque was a dominant force on the blue line for 21 seasons. He holds the NHL record for most points by defenseman with 1,579 and won 5 Norris trophies and a King Clancy trophy with the Bruins. He also holds several franchise records, including most games played, assists, and shots. Phil Esposito, the centerpiece of the big band Bruins of the 1970s. Esposito was a prolific goalscorer and leader. He won 2 Stanley Cups, 2 Hart trophies, 5 Art Ross trophies, and a Lester B. Pearson award with the Bruins, and set an NHL record with 76 goals in 1970-71. He is second on the team's all-time scoring list with 1,012 points. Patrice Bergeron. Bergeron is one of the best two-way forwards in the game. He has won 4 Selke trophies, a King Clancy trophy, and a Stanley Cup with the Bruins, and is a member of the Triple Gold Club. He is also a respected leader and mentor for his teammates. Johnny Bucyk. The Chief was a loyal and durable Bruin who played 21 seasons for the team, winning 2 Stanley Cups and 2 Lady Byng trophies. He is the team's all-time leader in goals with 545 and third in points with 1,339. He was also known for his gentlemanly conduct and community involvement. There are many other greats to name that have contributed to the franchise's history. Willie O'Ree, the first black player to play in the NHL. Jerry Cheevers in goal with his famous Skitches mask. Cam Neely, Adam Oates, Ricky Middleton, Zdeno Chara, and many, many more. Lastly, Don Cherry, the flamboyant and outspoken Bruins coach of the 1970s. He's often imitated but never duplicated. The Bruins are known for their physical and aggressive style of play, which has earned them the nickname the Big Bad Bruins. They are not afraid to stand up for themselves or their teammates, even if it means spending some time in the penalty box. The Bruins are a team that fans love to cheer for and opponents hate to face. Here's to another 100 years of Bruins history. Hey hockey fans, if you like this content, please slap that subscribe button. You can also follow my blog at https://tedtalkshockey.com, and remember to keep your stick on the ice.
Thanks for watching.